heck is going on? Ooh, coals. Pretty nice here. Come on. My computer is just... I just do not understand why OBS is making my computer just struggle so hard. The stream seems to be fine. Alright, Coles has a really nice looking setup here. If he wants to get down here, I'll get in on the scalp. Stop might be something around here. Alright, Tesla's under some big daily levels here, so I'm definitely looking for a pullback on that. Cole's going on ahead here. Alright, Facebook has been really strong, and it just keeps wanting higher. This 50 is a pretty big daily level though. I don't know if it's such a good idea to be taking a long right into that. It makes sense that Facebook is getting stuck right where it's getting stuck up there. But I like the setup. I like how Facebook has constantly had strength, even throughout all yesterday. That looks a little too strong. We'll see what happens on here on a test. Let's see, if I want to go risking 50 bucks, I mean my stop's going to end up being super tight here. So I'll go 200 to start. Depending on what happens though, we haven't touched VWAP yet. SPY just made a new low a day. Didn't get low enough. I need to see it reset up again here because we're taking kind of just rolling over here. Plus the SPY is kind of dipping right now. Probably not the safest idea to be taking a long. I need to give Facebook a couple more minutes. Yeah, SPY's pulling up again. Sorry, just falling off here. The exact opposite. How weird is that? CTRP's got something interesting here. So, failed underneath VWAP, kind of pulled back a little bit. Got stuffed, kind of getting stuffed again. I don't know, I don't think there's anything here yet. Nvidia's pretty interesting. Good volume here though. I think what I need to see is a failed push above this 70, get stuff back underneath. Netflix getting close to my short target here. 354. And there it is. I'll watch it up here. I got nothing else I'm looking at anyway. Tesla needs to come back to VWAP and then some. Right at high a day is right where that daily level is, but look at this buying volume. I can't fight that yet. Just too strong right now. I need to see it fail something up here, but it's just blasting right through all these resistance lines. Next spot is at 0.80. Guess we're giving this a little bit of time too. WB looks like it's about to lose it. Do I like anything here? Not really. I'm gonna need to see a breakdown on some kind of pullback. Alright, Netflix getting its first sign of rejection up here. It went a lot higher than I thought it would, but it did stop somewhere, so that is what I'm looking for. Spice made new low day. Oh, come on. Don't want it to just give one tap and be done. So I was making a new low a day here. Definitely causing Netflix to pull down a little bit. Just gonna have to wait. Hopefully it sets up again. Alright, or I guess we're just going to lose it, and I'm going to completely miss my opportunity. Jesus everything is just tanking at the moment. Nothing's a good short. I mean, everything's already long gone. WB really not breaking down here. CTRP still stuck going sideways here. That didn't do anything. It's getting ready to do something. I wonder. Maybe a failed breakdown long. I'm not thrilled about it for a short. We just keep stepping higher here. We are failing to get above VWAP, but we are stepping higher. I don't know, that was kind of decent volume there. There might not be a good trade there. But that definitely got bought back up. Netflix could be a good short still. Just obviously a much different entry here. Still based off of a higher time frame. It's just right underneath it. Come on, man. That was a great long. Good volume. I mean, it's just getting here now. Still looking weak. Come on. That was just one test. Good God, man. Everything's just one test and done. I'm basing these off of a 30-minute time frame, and we're not getting any consult. We're just touching it and lost it. Just gone. WB looks like a great short. If it's going to fail, I want to see a push above this 67. I want to see it get stuffed underneath. this is what it's doing right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens at this 67 here. I don't know where that's gonna go. If we get above and fail, I definitely want this. Might just be so strong we don't even break it. Overall market's still looking weak. Things are dumping again. SPY's still making new low day. Nvidia is just breaking down from a higher time frame triangle. Still wanting to see this failed long over 67. Facebook's really dumping here. Might hit my long target. Well, if WB is going to break down here, it needs to find some better volume. And I can look for a pullback to get long or short. But again, still need to see that test over 67. Well, FANG stock's just losing it right now. Tesla's got a ways to go for a pullback. I need about 5 points of a pullback. Alright, you see above here. Did it? It did. It got to 02. That doesn't count. I'm looking to get 150 on the failure, and then I'm looking to add 150 on the, looks like it's going to be a break of 70. Meanwhile, I am still waiting for some of these FANG stocks to pull back here. SPY's pulling up. Someone's trying. Getting close. Need to see it above. Is it a good long? Maybe. Like it much better for the short though. Apple made new low a day. See, this one hit 67.01. FANG stock's dropping again. I didn't get a good enough pullback on anything. WB just looks like it's gonna lose it now. It's got volume growing here. We're starting to head down. Coming back again. I guess you could draw this. Trend lines don't really make sense here. We just kind of keep getting tighter and tighter. I need to see this break over 67. This might turn into a pretty big short squeeze. Oh, there it is. See what happens. How high did that get? 20? I'm really not seeing too much right now. We're just kind of breaking even here. Well, I got my trigger, so this is why I'm only going half size. The next trigger is it's gonna be a little bigger than I wanted, but we're gonna have to see low 60s here. We need to start dropping a little more here. Let's see, 300 is the risk. Oh. Following it. So I got 250 long, stop's going to be about 40 cents here. Right at 22. Big sales there. Seeing a big buy. I mean, I'm not going to say we're matched, or I'm not going to say the sellers are more in control. It looks like we are more matched. The other thing that's really throwing me off here is that this candle just came out of absolutely nowhere on the SPY. And oh my god, everything is squeezing back up here. But looking about 30s here for WB. Having trouble with this 66 here. What's going on with this? 63 here, 66 must be a hidden buyer. 56 is the level to lose. Gotta lose the 56 and we're definitely good. This is the level. This is what we need to go. Alright. Okay, Netflix did end up pulling back here pretty good. So did Nvidia. Nvidia's actually at a pretty good short spot. Yeah. I would say so. The WB here's definitely got a chance. Netflix just kind of squeezed up and out of nowhere here. It's not really sitting underneath levels that I want to see it sit underneath yet. Tesla's still losing it. Apple pulled back, but I really don't like Apple for a short. I'm going to start taking smaller partials at levels that I need to be taking partials at, because too often in the past week or so, I keep, a few weeks ago I kept seeing great movers just move all day. And by the time, we got towards the end of it, I just didn't have majority size. So I missed out on a ton of profit. So I need to find a sweet spot between taking partials and not taking partials. And I think the solution is going to be to just take smaller partials. So if we break underneath this 30 here, I'm just going to take a little bit off. SPY's pretty strong here. I would look for a short on SPY at 279.50, right at around yesterday's close again. But that depends on a number of things. Internals for sure, which are looking strong at the moment. Ugh. Did we break 32? Yeah, there it is. Haven't had a pullback yet. Netflix is starting to consolidate above VWAP, which I absolutely don't want to see. Big squeeze here on WB. Nothing special about it though. This is a unnecessarily large candle considering the volume here. See if that 66 comes into play though. That'll be something to play off of. So obviously we gotta start holding above something here. So a big seller there. Alright, we closed that candle. That's not anything. I'm not worried about that at all. Alright, market's really trying to pull up here now. CTRP is kind of interesting for a long, but I think I missed my opportunity on it. Jeez, man, we're just gonna squeeze all the way back up. Well, I guess I got a new stop loss. If we end up making another push underneath this, I'll take some more off. But I'm not liking how our initial reaction after breaking a big level here was immediately get bought back up. But I gotta wait. It was a really good start to the trade, so we're just waiting. Got a long way to go for low a day. I have 66.20 as a level. I got 66 and then I got 65. So yeah, we're still waiting here. Don't want to change my stop just quite yet. Tick's failing to make new highs here. Market's kind of turning around, starting to look a little more weak again. Tesla just keeps selling off. Alright, depending on what happens up here, I may add. Big buyer here. We're obviously gonna have to get rid of him. Looks like we're getting close here. Somebody took a big chunk. Volume's matched here. We really need to break this 50 guy. I think if we can do that, we're still good. Close. Got him. Right? Yeah. Come on. We should be making moves here. I am going to change my stop now. Could probably put it at about 90. I think it's only... That was 88, so I'll go 91, 92. Still looking for shorts here. Internals are turning pretty weak at the moment. But nothing is at a good level here. Maybe Nvidia. Maybe Nvidia. Not so much though. Facebook definitely not. If Apple's gonna start building underneath 175, that might change things. Might actually end up being a good short. Tesla Tesla is long gone. I got nothing on Tesla. Big seller here. When you start losing these levels, this is the time to lose it. 26, 20. Take another partial here, depending on what happens. Take some. There's a decent amount of buying on that push. So each one of these new breakdowns here has been countered with a bunch of buying, so that makes me a little nervous. Looks like we're starting to wedge out here too. I don't know. This trade I might want to cut this one earlier than I think I want to. So had a breakdown, bought, but low volume. Had a breakdown, bought, but this time we're actually not going anywhere. I'll have to wait and see what happens here. CTRP is probably set up for a nice triangle right now. I'll have to look at my other monitor here. We'll have to wait. I'll keep an eye on it. That C popped up. I don't know what that C means. Netflix is following the SPY a little too close for me. It's kind of worrying me a little bit here. Alright, well, WP is more important. Alright, we need to not break out of this wedge here. That was his attempt. Yeah, Netflix is following the SPY right now. If I'm going to trade Netflix, I might as well trade the SPY. See, this number's green, but it's on a downtick. I'm pretty sure the arrows are more important unless they're highlighted. The highlight's the most important. Because that means the highlights are when people are entering or exiting on the market. I'm seeing some growth. Oh, this could be a problem right here. See what happens. We're still respecting the trend, but because we got this wedge here, if that's gonna fail, it's definitely good. Yeah, internal is looking pretty weak here. We might want to start dropping again. I think the best looking short might actually be Nvidia. It might have been Apple too. Yeah, buyers stepping up here now. So now we're starting to see matching volume. I'll give it its chance, but seen some warning signs here on WB. SPY's dumping right now. Sell here. If we can take him out. The only reason I don't want to take NVIDIA short because it's above VWAP. It's above VWAP and it hasn't been following the SPY's. SPY's been pretty strong for the past, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. NVIDIA kind of did the same. Came up to a level to trade against, but I don't know, it started holding higher. That's just not exactly what I want to see. I mean, if I get a chance to get in again, it'll have to set up for me again. But if it goes without me, it goes without me. Great breakdown on great volume. It's just kind of coming back. It's just starting to bounce here. I mean, if it's trying to break out from this wedge, it's not doing it that great. So, I mean, I'm still holding. Don't do it, man. Come on. Jeez. Plenty of resistance over here, but look at it, just creeping. I don't know. I think I probably finished with a small loss on it. I'm still not necessarily sure that I buy this move that it's doing right now. I mean, it was just so weak relative to everything else here, but at the same time, I guess it kind of makes sense because they just keep buying these dips, and then this was the point that we should have been rolling over if we were going to fail that wedge breakout. But I mean, unless the sellers take over, I mean, there's just nowhere else to go but up. Even if up is really slow, I guess there's just nobody left to sell. Market's still looking weak here. Facebook's not at a bad short spot, but it's just been strong relative to everything. Stupid WB. So NVIDIA's got a really nice level up here at this 125.60, which is also a daily spot. It's not a daily pivot point, but it is a level that has been traded around a lot and has found some support and resistance around it. And the market's changing sentiment again here. SPY failed to make a new low, had a good volume on the breakdown, but it's starting to get bought back up and the internals are starting to look a little stronger again. I shouldn't go into this market thinking that we're going to have another repeat of yesterday where we're just going to dump really hard. As much as I would want that to happen. But if I see weakness, I need to jump on it. NVIDIA itself here is just pretty strong. I mean, this is just a VWAP pullback here for a nice long. Netflix is just losing it. Makes sense that Netflix would want to go on its own, but at the same time, Apple is at a good short spot, but I don't want to be shorting anything until I think that the market's going to be turning lower. I mean, SPY's got a chance to fail here again. NVIDIA's getting some buying here too. There's some selling up here. Might be a green volume candle, but just because of what the candle looks like kind of influences it. CTRP is making a very nice triangle right now, but that's going to be a wait for the breakout pullback entry on that one. I think I'm going to go for this Apple short here. So it broke down pretty hard, coming back to this 150 or so 175. It's got good volume on it, but it's not covering up the volume on the initial breakdown here. Again, I'm still waiting on the SPY. I mean, we're just coming back to VWAP here. It's right at a whole number too, so I might find something. Tick charts are telling me we just made new highs, but we've been making new lows here. Failed to make a new high. The gas client's curling up. VIX is curling up. I think it's just a sit on your hands kind of market right now. Alright, CTRP's breaking out higher. Pretty good volume too. Definitely going to look for a pullback on that. SPY's got a big squeeze candle here. And tick is turning green again, so we looking alright here. Just kind of going sideways though. It's kind of a little tricky. Yeah. Sit on my hands. I got nothing until the SPY wants to pick a direction here. Netflix is in a pretty good short spot. SPY is holding underneath VWAP here. But again, the internals are strong at the moment, so we're stuck. NVIDIA is a great case for a breakdown under 155 and a pullback short. Alright, definitely looking at NVIDIA for a short. Pulling down here. I mean, the internals are still holding up though. Okay, there's CTRP's breakout. I'll look for a pullback to 40 to hold. Apple done pretty good here. NVIDIA is too. I'm gonna watch NVIDIA mainly. Semiconductor market's very weak. Intel's very weak. So we definitely have sector and industry help here. Alright, we'll see what I see here. One tick, NASDAQ failed to make a new high. Advanced clients turning around, started to head lower. Stop would be at 50. It's looking weak right now. Come on, man. SPY's trying to break down from this triangle. Tick is trying to make new lows here. Big pull up on the SPY here. I would imagine the video would be coming up with it. Alright, there's the first hour of the day. Got into NVIDIA. It might want to keep coming up here. Stop's still going to be up, but the SPY itself here had a nice little pull down here. We keep making lower highs. Tick started turning around on me. I'll look to add up here if it happens. Good spot for this to hold. Gonna see a little more conviction first though before I add. Internal's still looking weak here. Trade ain't dead yet. Unless we're just gonna squeeze all the way up here. SPY's still stuck at VWAP right now. Got good volume going into it up to VWAP. Unless it fails this move right here. I might want to go higher again. If we start turning around here, I'm shorting more. But I need to see the SPY turn around too. And I'm out. Well, until the SPY can make up its mind, I don't think I should be doing anything. It's pretty strong at the moment here. It failed that breakdown. It got bought back up right away. Maybe trying to short against that wasn't a good idea. But, I mean, I saw the internals. I saw it was weak. Saw we had made a move. It had its chance. CTRP hasn't pulled back enough yet. I don't know if it's gonna. It's not looking like it's gonna. KSS. So it just failed this triangle breakdown. Pretty good volume, got bought back up, getting bought back up again. There might be a case for an entry right now. So look at this triangle. It's been holding above VWAP all day. Had a nice dump here. Was bought back up. Started following the trend line. Slowly come back down. Failed to break down. I don't think this would be a bad entry right here. I mean, I got my trap. I got a trap right underneath VWAP. Stop loss would be at 30, so I'm only risking 30 bucks here. I'm in on this one. Retail itself has been pretty strong. Yeah, CTRP never pulled back enough. Retail sector ETF is sideways but holding higher for the most part. It's just a small starter for KSS here. We'll add on more conviction. But we'll see when that is, I guess. Oh yeah, WB squeezed a lot higher there. So I was pulling back down, but it got above VWAP with good volume. It might want to hold above VWAP this time. If it could start holding above that 279 here. But we've been sideways for the most part today. I don't really think I need to be trying to guess direction here. So for now, I think I'm going to stick with the gap stocks, try and find scalps on them, and so far we got KSS. I'm watching Target alongside this as it may influence it. Target again holding higher, but only barely. It looks somewhat the same as KSS here. Yeah, Apple's just an ugly chart. Nvidia's starting to get ugly. Baba's ugly. Tesla, I just got nothing. Kind of the same with Netflix here. Netflix isn't in a terrible spot to short, but I don't think I like it enough. If it's going to break out here, the breakout point's going to be 70, and I'll look to enter in more on a pullback. Cole's acting a little strong here, target's acting a little weak. I'm going to chart this. So it got stuck at high day again. This is what it's going for right now. Good volume on this sell-off. Not too much recovery here. Target might lose it. If Target loses it, is there a trade? Could just turn into a trap trade or breakdown. End up being a good long as well. I don't know. Something's a little funky about that one. I think I'm going to avoid Target. Coles needs to find some volume here, because that volume's not that special. We need to see some volume like this here. 5 minute ain't telling me too much, but it is engulfing and moving higher. It's got its chance. Hit it. Let's go. Volume's growing down here. That's a good sign already. We're only 15 seconds into this candle and volume's already outmatching the previous ones. It's trying to break up here. Buy, sell. Yeah, kind of mixed. Something's going on in Tesla. Something's happening here. I don't know if this is news. It's pretty unusual though. I guess it could just be a giant short squeeze, but that is a pretty big short squeeze. On huge volume. That's gotta be news. Something to keep an eye out for, I guess. Oh man, it's squeezing even higher. I'll have to wait till that one settles down. There might be a re-entry short if it gets all the way up to 280. Got no reason to add yet. Target's curling up. SPY's holding higher. Internals again failing to make new highs, but mixed signals. Netflix is interesting. It's actually looking really weak. I think Netflix is going to dump again. So it came up here pretty good, but there is no volume up here. There's absolutely nothing. The SPY might be getting ready to lose it again. Tick just failed to make new highs. This might be my shot here on Netflix. It's not at, I mean, maybe at the open. That's about the only thing I can compare this to is the open. Because it's not at any significant daily level. 352 is about as close to a daily level as I could find that it's near, but it looks really weak up here. Again, I don't think I want to be too early on this. I think I need to wait, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on Netflix for now. Market's losing it right now. Oh my God. If Netflix starts reacting here, I'm shorting this. The market's starting to drop right now. It's dipping underneath VWAP. I'm going for it. Stop's going to be just above this to start. What's this? 351.75. Give it 85 to account for the trap. Up to the whole number. So I got 50 shares. Stop loss is in, and then this needs to happen. So now you can watch both the stocks that I'm in at the exact same time. So Kohl's is really failing to get above that 70 there. Netflix has this triangle that it's really struggling to break out from. The SPY itself just lost VWAP. Tick failed to make new highs. Advanced declines curling lower. VIX is curling up. Tick's starting to make new lows here. I'm thinking we're going to see another dump coming up pretty soon. Because this is what the SPY is doing here. Had that failed move higher, but we're just starting to lose it under VWAP here. Got good volume on this candle too. Signs are looking okay. I'm not fighting anything here. I guess the only issue with if the market's going to turn lower here is going to be Kohl's. I don't know if Kohl's is going to follow along with that or not. Alright, SPY's trying to break out from that previous trend line here, but I guess it is a new trend line. Alright, SPY needs to lose the 60s. SPY gets into the 50s and holds it. We're looking alright. Tick's making new lows still. Advanced declines turn lower. VIX is going sideways now though. Same stop loss on Kohl's. I mean, if it sets up again for an ad, it sets up again for an ad. Big red candle on the SPY here. Need to see more continuation. Netflix has got no volume here. That's kind of worrisome too. I figured we'd see something coming in here, but I think again, everybody's, at least all the big money is just waiting. Everyone's waiting to see what's gonna happen. SPY is inching closer and closer to this bottom trend line. Coles is gonna have to re-break here, I guess. SPY again closer and closer to this bottom trend line here. Might lose it here in a second. Alright, it's breaking underneath this trend line. See what it can do. Netflix has got some volume coming into it. Coles is still holding higher here. Coles just has not given me a reason to add, though. I mean, I have not seen good volume come into Coles at all this entire trade so far. I think I should have gotten bigger on Netflix. I mean, I only risked like 50 cents. 50 shares on 50 cents. I'm only risking like 20 bucks on this trade. SPY's pulling up. It bounced off of that bottom trend line here, but tick made new lows. Interesting stuff. Yeah, SPY's pulling up right now, but we saw a pretty good start to this Netflix trade. There will probably be a chance to add to this. Obvious spot here to hold is going to be this 80 something, but it very well might want to go back to view app again, which wouldn't be terrible. VIX is dropping right now. I don't like that, but the advanced decline and the ticker still helping me here. Coles might be breaking out. I think I'm going to put a limit order to get short more on Netflix here. Let's see, if my stop is at 80, and I want to try and get filling, yeah, 100 is going to be too much. I'll probably just have to add another 50. Yeah, let's set the whole number here. We'll see what it does. Big squeeze candle here on the SPY too. Need that to fail. It looks like it is. I'm gonna try and add more here on Netflix. I got filled. So now I'm gonna have 100 with a stop up at, I think 85 is too much. I think 80 will be it. Tick's still not making new highs here. I mean, still looking fine. That's the new one here. Oh, Netflix is a problem. Yeah, the SPY's really squeezing up right now. Stop is in on Netflix. Tick still has not made a new high, but we are curling up again. This might be the exact same case as the Nvidia loss that I took. It's got to turn right now, or else I'm getting out. This is why my goal for today was to give these FANG stocks extra room to account for the trap. I mean, this is the exact reason why I wanted to do that. Coles is starting to make me a little nervous here. We didn't even reach 70 this time. I'm changing my stop to Coles to 57. So I mean, it might end up being a super tiny loss here. Alright, well, Netflix is going to have to prove itself again here and start dropping underneath that whole number in VWAP and all the moving averages. But SPY's turning around again. It failed, well, it's failing to hold above VWAP again. Tick still did not make new highs here. It kind of matched it. So it's kind of mixed here. Yeah. Stop order is going to be in on Coles too. Getting out underneath this push here if it ends up falling here. It's just not as strong. There's just no other way to say it really. Netflix needs to lose it here. And it's probably only going to do it if the SPY's going to do it. Yeah, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Warning ahead of time, these lawn maintenance outside from me, they're going to be coming right up to my window. So if you're watching the stream, you might want to mute it if it gets too loud. weak. SPY again failed to make a new high here. We just keep making lower lows over and over and over again here. I mean, I'm in this Netflix trade, but okay, that's better. But we need to see some big numbers in here. This doesn't mean anything. I have to stick with my stop. I just have to. There's no other way about it. I have to stick with my stop. Netflix really needs to lose it right now. This is the spot. SPYs again. SPY again here. Another fail. Just another failed high push here. We're starting to dip again. Tick matched the last high, but it's trying to make new lows again right now. VIX is starting to rise. Things are starting to look a lot better here. I may have just missed my chance to add on that Netflix trade. Coles is still in this. I can't believe Coles is still hanging in there. Ooh, the SPY squeezing up here. It failed that one. See if it can hold it. Don't like that candle on Netflix. Not at all. It's an hour and a half. Tick's about to make new highs here. SPY, it's just such a tricky spot here. Because this trend line here is going to come into play again. Tick started to make new highs, but I mean, I'm still just not seeing it. Okay, one of the ticks made a new high here. I'm looking for under 350 to take my first partial on Netflix. It's only going to be 20 shares. We got better volume coming in now. If we're going to start following. Okay, the SPY looks like it's getting ready to drop. We're going to retest this trend line again. I mean, we keep making lower lows, so I'm hanging in there. The SPY's squeezing up right now. I may change my stop to 50. Change it above this little push here. Big squeeze candle here on the SPY. Tick is totally changing here. Is it reason enough for me to want to get out? I don't think so. Wow, this is a big squeeze here on the SPY. Tick is definitely changing bullish. So I'm going to keep an eye on coals. Finally above that 70 there. Netflix did not react to the SPY at all. I think Netflix is going to drop regardless of what the SPY does now, because this was its chance to really make a move higher here, and we saw nothing. See that 51.10 there? Some big trying to sell there. Alright, Coles is in it to win it now. Looking for a pullback to 70 to hold. Netflix is really trying to lose it here. SPY again, failing to make a new high. Coles is back at it. This is only its first test of it, though. It might want to come back to the trend line here before it takes off again. Tick cycling again, starting to make new lows, advanced declines turn lower again. If I want to add here, if I added 100 shares, my stop would be at about probably 50. So that's putting on another too much risk there. But if I want to add up here, see what happens with this guy. Do I really need to let this trade run all the way back up to this 80 before I get out? I think that depends. I think that depends right now if the SPY is going to fail to make another new high here. I'll be that guy and step right in front of him. I think I am going to change my stop. We're starting to go a little too sideways. We are looking weak, but at the same time we're just waiting for the market, and there it is right there. It is just made a new high there. SPY finally made a higher high. See what Netflix does. Coles is still on the move there. It's about to make a new high a day. If Coles makes a new high a day, that's my profit target, so I'll be taking off a little bit up there. Alright, stop needs to go in. Would not mind seeing SPY fail this move, but the internals are also telling me that we're kind of strong at the moment. But if this move traps here, I mean Netflix didn't want any of that. Netflix has got to be weak right now. But I mean the trade's only going to be so good if the SPY is also helping it. So right now I'm only risking about $35. I could add, probably put it on another $35, but the SPY's about to break out of this triangle right now. That's not a great sign there. And I think Coles just tapped high a day there. Yeah, SPY's pushing up here pretty good. See what Netflix does. I mean, so far there is nothing. Still waiting on Coles. I need to see a little bit more of a push. It might pull back on me. It's fine. SPY's really moving higher right now. Netflix just does not want this. It doesn't want it until it does. And I mean, if the SPY is just going to keep moving higher, it's eventually going to get up there. Yeah, we're looking bullish here. Wow, Coles came all the way down to that 70. Tapped and bounced 30 cents. Again, this is why I give my FANG stocks extra room. If it's gonna trap here, it's gonna trap here. I mean, people are just not buying Netflix right now. Debating if I want to add here. Because I mean, right now the SPY's been moving up here, but it's starting to curl lower, and I'm wondering if it's going to curl lower, Netflix might do the same thing. I mean, we're back into the 80s here. That might have been it. Well, the next spot to lose is 30s, and then we gotta lose the 10s. I'm still looking for 350 to take a partial. Coles is interesting. I don't really know what that is. I'm still holding it though. Yeah, dips are getting bought on Coles right now. Coles could make a case for an all-day run here. Netflix. SPY is at a spot that it should be holding higher from, and it is. And again, if the SPY is not gonna give up anything here, Netflix might not either. It may just be time to call it on the trade. I want to see it break something here. I mean, gotta go. There's low volume pullback. Alright, Cole's getting close here. If it gets up there, I'm taking some off. By trying to push higher here again. Alright, Coles is trying here. Stops in on Netflix. Coles, market, 20 shares, sell. Alright, took a little bit off in that, Coles. Next spot on Coles isn't until 70.70, which it just bounced off of. Trying to get higher from. There we go. Alright, after 70.70 on Coles is 71.45 and 55. So 71.50 is where we're looking to really just get out of this thing. It's making a good move. Hey, Liv. Netflix has got some more in it. I know it does. Still holding Coles. Next pullback spot to hold would be 70.40, 47. Now starting to be a little more cautious. Time to be a little more cautious here. Starting to see some bigger volume here. I know this guy in here. Let's come back up into this trend line. I mean, again, trade's still not dead. But need to take into account any and every warning sign that I can. Might be seeing one now because the SPY is actually curling off of this here. And Netflix is popping back up. It's almost turning into a failed breakdown right now. But we still got plenty of resistance. And SPY's at a good point for it to turn around and head lower too, so again, we are still holding. Apple might be a decent long, but I'm gonna need to come back to View app and start holding it. Netflix, Nvidia might be an okay long. Bob is still nothing. Tesla's done nothing but move sideways. Nope, I got Netflix. We got Netflix and Coles. That is it. well, Coles is unstoppable right now. That is quite the move. It's getting to the point here where I might want to start taking a little more off here, because it's getting pretty overextended. But I mean, I'm still seeing fantastic volume into this move here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a little bit more off of Coles there. It is just pretty far up there. I mean, there's still so much room to give this Netflix trade because it hasn't gone anywhere. I would like to change my stop loss to... See, it just doesn't make sense to change it to anything, because if I want to make it above this, well, we got the whole number right here. Well, if we got the whole number right here, we got VWAP right there. Well, if we got VWAP right there, then we got this trend line right here. So, I mean, there's just still no good spot for me to put my stop loss. We're finally seeing a decent move here from Netflix. It needs to break this 25. There we go. A little more. I need the offer to catch up here. No. It's the wrong way. Yeah, it's crazy, right? This thing can move 40 cents off of somebody just buying 300 shares. That's it. That's all it takes. See what we look like at 350 here. We needed to break 12. We got to 11, so we only ticked a penny underneath this pivot low here. SPY looks like it's going to pull down here too. That might help a lot. Tick's looking weaker and weaker. Advanced decline's flattening out. Looks like it's getting ready to make a new low. VIX is curling lower though, so that's not helping too much. Either way, SPY's looking pretty good here. Might see some more. I'm expecting to see this thing hit 350, and that's where I want to take my first partial here if we get to it and I find out there's some kind of big buy or something that we're not going to break through. And I mean, you can tell there is, but come on, dude. It's a little much. I don't really have a trend line to draw here. And that is what we just moved down from. But I obviously don't want to see us squeeze back into it like this. This is the original one that I've been looking at. So broke down from it. Didn't really get to reclaim it that much, but we just had a breakdown here. Now we're getting back above it again, so here we are still holding. I do think I should move my stop though. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to take a loss on this really. But it's just, everything is so tight in here but so perfectly spaced out that it just doesn't make sense to put it anywhere besides still at that 50. See what happens on this move here. Do I want to add? I mean, this is a good spot to add. Second hour. Coles is just vertical right now. That's a crazy move. Alright, well there was Netflix's test. Looks like the clear spot to change this is going to be that 351 line here. Right at yesterday's close. So I'm going to put it about... I'm going to do 20. Stop loss is going to be at 20. And 20 might be too close. I might make it 25. Coles with another blow off top. Can't believe it. Okay, well now I'm starting to see something a little interesting. For this entire time here, anytime the SPY's been dipping, Netflix had a little bit of a dip. But now that the SPY's starting to dip here, Netflix isn't having much of a reaction. So now it's finally telling me that the sellers might be done and buyers might be coming into this thing. So that kind of makes me want to get out of this trade. But I should know better. Because if the SPY is going to finally start turning here, this is the point that we should be turning lower. This is it. I mean, I can only handle so many failed breakdowns, right? Alright, stop loss is in at 25. SPY's about to bust above yesterday's close here for the first time in a while. And it looks like it might stick it too. Uh-oh. I made my limit way too tight. There we go. Tick tried to make new highs, has been making new lows. Advanced client's curling up right now, VIX is curling up. Yeah, this might be the end of the trade. But if it's gonna fail here, I mean, it's still respecting trend lines. My god, man. It's respecting all the levels that it should be respecting. I mean, again, we're just seeing more failure up here. Alright, well, SPY failed that. It's coming lower again. I don't see a reason to add here, though. Not adding. Until the internals give me clear signs that we're not going to want this. It's starting to look like we might want this. The SPY, that is. And Netflix should be soon to follow here because we keep failing these down moves here. It is only a matter of time. God, Coles is unreal right now. If Coles gets another high a day push here, I'm all out. Because it's getting way too overextended here. And it's headed right into a daily resistance spot. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Stop is in on Netflix. I'm just going to set up a market or limit order here to get out. 44, is that right? So 46, and then the 200 moving average is right at 55. So I'm going to put this in at 44 here to get out the rest of my position. And Netflix, we're still in it. Okay, I can't take it anymore. I'm all out on Netflix. I'm just taking a super small win. If it resets up, sure, I'll go for the short. But things are starting to look stronger and stronger here. Netflix is finally starting to fail these down moves and not reclaiming the down moves, so I'm all out in front of this here. Cold is about to get me out too. Netflix still not failing yet, but SPY is popping above that yesterday's clothesline. If SPY fails this yesterday's clothesline and things start turning bearish again, I need to get back into this. But I ain't seeing anything yet. I'm about to get out of Coles here. It's right at 44. There it is. I'm all out of Coles. If Coles wants to pull back at some point, which I can't believe it hasn't yet, then I will definitely look for a re-entry. But it's gonna... I mean, it is a straight line up right now. Alright, there's Netflix. I would imagine seeing a pretty big short squeeze right here. Alright, well, if the market is going to turn bullish on us, then that means we need to find a good long. So let's see, SPY's actually at a pretty good spot here. SPY's at a really good spot here. It's going to have to do a little more than what it's doing, though. Facebook, unbelievable. Apple needs to reclaim this 176 and then maybe... Yeah, Apple can't do anything on Apple yet. Netflix has to start holding above, looks like 352. Nvidia needs to get above 157. Okay, Nvidia could be a pretty good long too. Boba, no. Tesla, no. So then we got Gap stocks. Target's just kinda... I don't really know what that is. Kohl's still not pulling back. This guy has been here for so long. I'm expecting something deep here. Like, I'm at least 71. I mean, ideally it's probably gonna be about 90 here, but we'll see. CTRP was a pretty good long, I can't lie. I don't remember what I was focused on, but that's what it was. I was waiting for some kind of pullback, and then it did. It only came just within a penny of it. Not quite, though. Yeah, CTRP was a pretty good one. Couple of taps here. Failed breakdown there. Yeah, there was a case for a long entry in here. At least a half-size long entry as it failed this down move. And then we got WB, which has just been squeezing up. Well, I think all I'm looking at here is Kohl's for the moment, just waiting on a pullback. Facebook is way too far gone. Apple getting to the point here, but it's got a little bit to go still. It wouldn't make sense to take a long here when 176 is going to be a big level too. So it's got to get 176 first. I still don't know what I want to do with Netflix. Yeah, Netflix has got to do something. Yeah, Netflix has got to do something first. Nvidia. Alright, I'm looking for a pullback on Nvidia to go long here. Baba's failing to hold above previous high day here. But it's got yesterday's close, so nothing here on Baba either. Tesla's not bad at this level here. But ultimately it's still a lot weaker than it is strong. Yeah, SPY needs to come back to about the 50s here and start holding this. Q's not bad either. Amazon, almost the same deal as Netflix, just kind of been stuck all day. Just a bunch of chop. I mean, it's only just now breaking out higher on good volume. There might be a case for a long entry here. Spot to hold above is 1703. I don't know. Netflix is a little weird. Let's see, what did I trade yesterday? That's just ugly. I cannot believe Kohl's is doing what it's doing. This is just ridiculous. The 200 moving average is right here. Boom. I mean, it's matched up with the daily level. I would certainly expect to find some problems up here. And it looks like we did for a minute there at that 40, but we are just still moving higher. I don't blame myself at all for getting out. This is such a crazy move. And CTRP went quite a ways before. We're just now starting to get a decent pullback here. I do have 42 as a daily level too. It's kind of this point here. A little bit of points there. God, does CTRP still have more in it? Alright, just touching 42 here. I'm wondering. I mean, it's probably still got more in it. They beat the earnings. Upgraded too. I mean, it's got plenty of bullish cases behind it here. I mean, maybe 43. I can't believe. And we got the 5-minute 9 EMA right here. I might take it long here on CTRP. See what it does though. It's dipping underneath now. Netflix is still struggling. shit. Nvidia's got a good pullback here. Stop loss, oh jeez. Stop loss is way too far away. SPY's pulling down right now too. We'll see what Nvidia does. It might not be time to get in yet. I mean, my stop is still just so far away here. I don't know. On 50 shares, that's no big deal. I need to see it on the tape, though, that we want to hold this level. We kind of are. SPY's curling down, though. I have a feeling we're going to get a deeper pullback. Careful. Take it easy. Love you, boo. Well, the video seems to like this level because SPY's pulling down right now, but Nvidia seems to be bouncing higher. CTRP sitting underneath 42. Looks like it's going to pull down more. I'd like to see Nvidia get back into this 80s. SPY's trying to pull up again here. Tick found its bottom. It might be moving up. I'm liking this action. I'm gonna go for this. If it comes back down into this, I'm just looking to get in still. But I mean, it's got a long way to go for a stop. I probably won't let it go all the way to this point, but if it does, I mean it does. Well, here's the 80. Lo and behold, once again, I'm just seconds too impatient. Okay, well, that was the only bounce we got, I guess. Still looking bullish here. Market internals, the works. Alright, SPY's pulling down now. This is obviously the spot to hold above. Just a great volume on the expansion move up, low volume pullback. That is always what we're trying to see here. Might pull back a little more though. SPY's trying to come down to yesterday's clothesline. I'm thinking about adding though. Thinking about adding and changing my stop to about 60 because it might just kind of fake out a little trap here and go for it again. I'm going for it. Stop's going to be around 60. Not a hard stop, but there's obviously no sense in letting it go all the way down here. So we're starting to hold this level. Held a little higher this time. See what happens. Just look at how good this line is right here. Just so nice. Alright, SPY's coming into contact with yesterday's clothesline again. We just got above it on really good volume. See what happens up here. I'm thinking it's got till maybe a max of 60. And 60 is this prior pivot point here. Internals. One tick chart's giving me bearish signs. Volatility is still declining. Advanced decline, though, is starting to move down. Either way, NVIDIA's looking good and it's respecting levels and everything. Yeah, Baba was weak. Netflix just hanging on by a thread, really. Netflix still might be a good short because it is just not finding the strength that it needs to move higher with the market. But, as I keep saying, oh, what the heck? See, like, this big a candle here has no... well, actually the candle's only been like 10 seconds in. So that does make a little bit of difference. But, I mean, these are all hundreds. This is just, it's nothing important. Oh, the SPY. Well, no wonder. As long as NVIDIA's gonna hold this, does not matter. If it wants to dip under, fine. Just waiting on the SPY to pull up here. I definitely, market's throwing me off right now. Internals just got pretty weak here. NVIDIA's trying. I mean, the SPY keeps dipping, and NVIDIA's not, it's not exactly following it here. NVIDIA's trying to hold higher. It's tricky. I'm expecting to see some kind of bounce here, but this is pretty good volume. The spot to hold is 60. I think 50 is my ultimate no, I need to get out. Yeah, if we hit the low 50s, I think I'm out of this. The video's just trying to bounce here. I mean, the SPY keeps dipping right now, but yeah, the SPY's losing levels too. It's coming all the way back to VWAP. Yeah, tick got really ugly. Bid stepping up. NVIDIA's trying. It's really trying. I think 55 is going to be it here, because we got this 60 pivot that we haven't even touched yet. We got the 50. And that's about it, really. The other thing on the 5-minute here is the 9. Pullback on SPY is a lot deeper than NVIDIA's pullback here. So I'm definitely seeing strength. If I want to add 100 shares, I'll have 200 with an average cost of probably 85. My stop would only be 20 cents out, so I mean I'm only risking about 50 bucks if I add on a break right here. That's what I'm looking for. Good volume. I mean, it's NVIDIA's trying. It's also just a complex pullback off of this initial move here. We'll see what happens. If it dips here and we see some buying strength come into it, I'll add again. Good volume on the recovery. Can't ask for much more. I don't expect it to break the whole number already. The other thing I need to look at here is semiconductor. Semiconductors find some strength down here too. Always good. AMD is a little iffy. Intel's really strong too. Yeah, we are looking alright. Okay, there's Cole's pullback. I can't believe it got to 75. That's crazy. Alright, looking to add on pullbacks here. Stop loss on the video is at 55. Let's see, the big target to worry about on the video here has got to be 157.60. Which might come into play. It might. It's not a huge daily pivot level, but it is a past daily pivot level. But we've been trading through it 3 days in a row now. No, it's not true. 2 days in a row now. So we wait. Netflix did dip. Well, if Netflix dipped, do I want to get back in on this? Good volume, but it pulled back. Kind of coming back. The market did turn bearish, but it is completely being countered here with some bullish sentiment. The spot for SPY to hold under is going to be 20, but it's already getting back above it. I don't know. I think we still got more upside in this now. So we're waiting again. Damn, I guess I should have added on the dip. Still looking for pullbacks to add. Coles pulled back pretty good. Let's see what the rest of retail did. Target didn't do anything. Macy's pulled back pretty good too. XRT pulling back a little bit. Coles has a case for a re-entry here. We'll see how tight I can get it though. 2.5. Huh, look at that. Wedging out a little bit here. That makes me a little iffy, but still, I think it's fine. There was a decent sized buyer there. I don't know what happened to him. want to see a dip more though. I want to get a pretty good entry here. Might have to be something like 85. SPY's pulling back up too. SPY has to reclaim yesterday's close again. If it starts if the SPY starts bouncing underneath yesterday's close, jeez, there could be a really good short there. I might look for that one. That'll obviously eliminate the good chance of Nvidia being a good long, but that was pretty good. Market's trying to turn up here. Tick's looking better. And Cole's only came down at 71 once. Tapped it, came back up 40 cents. SPY is really slowly creeping back to that yesterday's clothesline. I'll be back in a minute. I need to get some more water. Just coming in contact with yesterday's close up here. Nvidia's just barely creeping up too. I mean, it's hanging on, but only so much. Need to give SPY a little bit more time here. Hasn't touched it yet. Tick failing to make new highs on this cycle. Starting to make new highs on the other one. Volatility's rising right now. Could be a good hint. Advanced decline's moving up. Do I want to move my stop on the video? Maybe. If it's going to keep moving as slow as it is, and if I'm going to end up shorting the SPY here. I mean, the volume looks fantastic on Nvidia right now. My only concern is if we're going to start doing what I think we're going to start doing here, there's no way this Nvidia trade's going to end up being that good. Big squeeze here. hate that I'm only long 100 shares right now. SPY's not even getting up to that yesterday's close there. Semiconductor looks fine. AMD's still fine. Intel looking fantastic. I mean, semiconductors are pretty strong right now. I don't know. I think I should hold on to this one. Even if I do end up shorting the SPY here, I think I'm still going to hold on to NVIDIA. Because it is looking really strong right now. But again, I want to add, but don't know where yet. Netflix just blew up. How about that? Yeah, I guess I should pay attention. What are the rest of the FANG stocks doing? Facebook's still stupid strong. Tesla's stupid strong. Baba weak, surprisingly. Apple weak, surprisingly. This is going to end up being a really nice spot to take off on NVIDIA. Just broke above that 30. Yeah, at 50, right at 50, we should be running into some issues. See what it does, though. And each up move here is just... I mean, we're only barely looking weaker than the last relative moves. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I can move my stop. So 5 minutes telling me I still got down here, but I ain't messing with that because if it does get down here, I mean it's a bullish pattern and the market's turning down right now, so it wouldn't. I would rather make it here. Like 89. Markets, it's looking ugly. Yeah, we didn't even get to it this time, and we're starting to curl lower. Volume's growing, but it got bought back up again. The higher time frame is super ugly here. 10 minutes just on top. 15 is kind of getting wedged. 30 in the middle of stuff. 60 in the middle of stuff. Yeah, I guess just on the 1 minute it looks alright. I still think I need to give it more time here. It didn't get up there. If it wants to drop, fine, but I need more conviction. Video, fantastic. Look at this move. Semiconductor market also turning green on the day. AMD's still pretty strong. Intel still very strong. Semiconductors are hot right now. SPY's also pulling up here. Alright, this is the spot on NVIDIA. See what happens. Good volume going into it. I mean, matched with this trend line, it should absolutely find some struggles here. That's just such good volume into this move. Alright, well, SPY finally tapped at yesterday's close. Tick. It's kind of sideways. Not telling me one way or the other, really. Maybe pulling down, that's fine. Tell you what, on this move, if it pops above, makes a new high day here, I'm going to sell half. I'm going to get half out up here. Because as strong as everything looks in the semiconductor technology itself actually isn't that strong. The SPY just looks really weak right now, and it's really shaking me out here. Tick's starting to make new lows here. This looks like the point that we could seriously turn around right now. Everything's crawling lower right now. Semiconductor's starting to lose it. I'm all out here. I don't want to mess with any long right now. Some people above there. I mean, it's just getting uglier and uglier here. Got bought back up here. Almost became like a perfect trap trader trade for me here, but we just got bought up on this dip here. I'm wondering what's gonna happen up here. Flash 20. Well, let's see it pull back to upper 20s here. I want to get a little bit better entry. Tick's just losing it right now. Come on, pull back a little bit. Don't dump without me. And Nvidia's fallen too. Depending on what happens here, I mean, if we don't dump here, tick's making new lows, advanced decline's turning lower, starting to accelerate lower. VIX's still sideways, but it started moving up a little bit. And the chance is still here for this to drop, but the chance is also here for this to just bounce and start moving higher again. And if that does happen, I'd be looking to long Nvidia once more. I have my order in. Stock will be above yesterday's close. Just hope it pulls back enough here. I don't want to chase. Would love to see a bounce here. That's what it's just breaking from there. It's just starting. Yes, I still like this first short. Keep coming. The real spot to hold is going to be about 25. Come on, just a little more. One in. Let me in. It ain't looking too good. It might not get up there. Bunch of buyers here. Maybe we'll move it up. Netflix is really strong. Apple weak, Baba's still weak. Nvidia trying. Facebook still trying. Come on. Do it, do it, do it, do it. We are in. Alright. Stop still above yesterday's close. Still looking pretty weak here. Advanced decline starting to turn up a little bit here, but volatility looks like it's wanting to move higher. Tick is starting to move higher, but we just started this little downturn here. The spot to hold underneath is obviously the trend line, obviously yesterday's close. This 25 though could be a decent little pivot point. Kind of came into reaction here, held above it here. We'll find out if it can get above it here or not. Volume looks good on the down move. Low volume pullback. I'm seeing what I like. I mean, we got 5-minute moving averages above. 50 might come into play, who knows. But at least expecting to see this thing underneath VWAP. Big buyer there. I ain't too much. Trying to compare SPY to other ETFs here and see what's looking weak. IWM is definitely looking weak. Qs are borderline. Go sideways here. It's starting to get held up now. Internal's still telling me we're weak, so Same everything. Tick failing to make new highs. Fang stocks still look weak. There's a third hour. Let's see what happens. We got plenty of levels to lose here. Looking at Forex Factory here. So the news releases came out. Pretty positive. Quite positive. So I imagine that would make a little bit of a difference here for the overall market. But that was an hour and a half ago. So an hour and a half. Right at 11. Yeah, we did start bouncing higher from it, but time has faded and now we're fading. Alright, well, we don't want to lose 25 here. This trend line must be out of play now, because if it does get up here, I mean it'll barely be a good source of confluence here. But we'll see if it wants to break out higher from this wedge. If it can't, that's a good spot. Internal's changing on me here. Tick might be getting ready to make a new high here again. Fancy Klein's curling up. Yeah. Unless we make a turn right about now. So we got volume coming into it here. But yeah, this is the point that we should have been turning lower from, but we weren't. So unless we reclaim this, It's retail, it's nothing. Give me a good spot for a new stop though. Yeah, Fang stock's starting to look a little strong now. The biggest still holding higher, Facebook's holding higher. Apple is a little iffy, Netflix been really strong, Tesla been really strong, but been pretty weak. What about the financial sector? Somewhat weak, really nothing special. IWM looking pretty weak. Q's looking pretty weak here. What's SPY doing? Coming back? Looks good. We need to see volume growing here. Advanced decline failed. I hate to say that advanced decline can form triangles and whatnot, but I mean it just adds to the case, I guess. It just failed a break higher from this triangle that it's been trying to make here, and starting to head lower here. Yeah, we're looking pretty weak again. Might get a nice flush. We'll see. Big volume coming in. Somebody just bought 100,000. That's a good initial move here. I will move my stop up too. But obviously we need to lose all of this. We gotta, if we can get underneath of this trend line here, we are definitely looking golden. This trend line I'm sure is going to come into play, especially since it's right on top of 279 here. Either way, we got a decent start here. There's plenty of moving average support. But the thing is, with this moving average support, is that it's so close, and on the lower time frame, you can clearly tell that we're being weak here. On the higher time frame, we had a nice initial move, completely failed, lost underneath the crucial level, failed to retouch that crucial level, plus we're starting to respect the patterns that are appearing. I mean, they may act as good support, but I'm just seeing a lot of bearish signals here. Advanced Decline made a new low. Tick also made new lows. think what I'm most concerned about right now is trying to determine where my profit target should be. I mean, it would obviously make sense that this 279 is going to come into play. But I mean, the real pivot point isn't until way down here at 77. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm holding out for 80 here. Volatility is dropping of all things right now. I mean, this is the real key right here, is if volatility starts rising. Because I mean, we get all these bearish signals here, but volatility just dips underneath. So I might be finding some strength down here. Either way, stop is still the same. I'm gonna start working on my stats. Tick hasn't made new highs yet. Again, Tick failing to make new highs. Cycling lower again. Apple looking weaker, Baba looking weaker, Nvidia looking weaker, Facebook looking weak still too. Everything's just kind of waiting again. Nothing's moving. cannot believe volatility is not rising through all of this. If volatility starts spiking, that would really convince me to add, because I'm getting 3 out of 4 signals right now. Volatility is one of the bigger ones, though, that really, I'm just surprised right now. And if we fail to touch VWAP here, this could be the end of this trade. I still think I want to give this to about 30, 33 still. Obviously should be holding underneath this, but I still want to give it that space. But if we do break above this 25 here, this could easily turn into a pretty ugly short squeeze. Because then we're just kind of confirming the breakout that we don't want lower anymore, that we do want higher. Tick's trying to make new highs here. We'll see what happens. I still want to give it to 30. It might be coming into play. That's not right. I redraw that. Big volume spikes here. Ugh. Tick's starting to make new highs right now. This might be giving me a reason to get out of this at this 25 here instead. Starting to grow volume here. Not our direction either. Tick just made a new high. One of the ticks just made a new high. Advanced decline starting to go sideways. Volatility is finally starting to curl up again. Mixed signals. Stick with the same stop. Right now matters. See what happens. Tick is making new highs. Advanced decline's curling up a little bit here, but we'll see if it just wants to cycle through. This down cycle here has lasted a lot longer than the previous ones. The bulls were not as eager to buy this one up as they have been. This could just be one more trap. I mean, the last time we trapped right here, had a nice flush. Might be trapping again here. This could be the breaking point. See what happens though. I mean, the internals aren't telling me we're as weak though. I need to see some volume come in on this one. This is the point right now that we need to be seeing something if we're going to see something. Needs to be selling interest, and right now it's the seller's time to take over right now. The buyers have proved that they can hold higher, but the sellers need to start overwhelming them. And Fang stops popping up right now. Tick's making another new high of his classical high. Might be the end of the trade here. I'm going to give it my stop loss though. I'm not going to exit early. Ugh. Low volume. We're getting 3.5 hours into the day, so obviously can't expect too much. I mean, the SPY dumped super early yesterday. It only took an hour for the SPY to start dumping. Let's see. Compared to past days, right now we're at 11:30. We're just waiting. Okay, things are really swinging up here. Man, Netflix was a fantastic short squeeze. That was a 4-point move right there. Just low volume pullbacks. Big buyer stepped up here. 25 is the place to hold, so if they're trying now, they're trying. Yeah, Tick's blasting off right now. That's a good sign. Big traders making big decisions. Look at this. Boom, just stuffed. Tick is completely changing again here. This is why we give our stocks extra room. Is this the final bullish test? We'll see. Volatility is just dropping though. Turn if you're turning. what I want to add here. I mean, tick is moving up. Advanced decline moved up. Volatility's dropping. No, it wouldn't make sense to add. Even if I'm only risking 3 cents, it just doesn't make sense. Here it is. Boom, we out. Well, that's a little upsetting, but it had its chance. I gave it its chance, so it is what it is. I do believe that is going to be it for me on the day. I don't think I'm interested in longing anything at the moment. No. No. Netflix, actually. $70-something. Tesla's trying to find its way back here, and it's getting stuffed again. Alright, well, hold on a second. Maybe I won't call it. Netflix could be a pretty decent entry. It's a daily level, too, at this 70. I mean, huge volume going up into this. Is there news? A short idea, Netflix. Huh. I just feel like I'm catching the trend so late up here. But I mean, it saw its biggest volume all the way up here. I don't know. It could do it. It could not. Tesla might be a decent short too. Nah. I think I'm just gonna call it on the day. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna let it go. It's getting super late into the day. Things don't move the way that I think they are moving. So, really nice trade in KSS there. WB I finished with $4. Netflix a little bit. Nvidia ended up covering my losses. It's pretty nice. SPY lost $20 there. I don't know. I think I traded really well today. The only mistake that I made was this Nvidia short here. SPY, I remember it exactly. Nvidia was coming down on this. I tried to get in on a pullback. SPY had just failed this breakdown here and started getting bought back up really nicely, really strong here. But I went for it anyway, and obviously it just kept running with the SPY there. So I think I should have just laid off of that one. That was probably the only bad trade that I took on the day. Yeah, it's just kind of going sideways here. It's basing out though. Nvidia might actually want to keep. Yeah, I mean Nvidia doesn't look that bad for long either, but I gotta call it. I need to stop myself before I get too crazy here. So WB was the first trade that I took on the day. Set up really nicely. I kept waiting. Finally got this little test above 67. As soon as it came back underneath, I was in short. Added more once it broke a new low here. Ended up making a decent move. Took a little bit off. Took very little bit off. Came all the way back to view app. Drifted lower again. Again took a little bit more off. But at this point, I needed to be a little more cautious about warning signs because we had 2 points that we should have been breaking pretty hard from here. And you can just tell that the sellers, they just weren't as strong on these next couple moves here. And then buying should never look like this on the pullback. I mean, I gave it as much time as I could, really, but ultimately ended up stopping me out and drifted higher. KSS was pretty good, too. Looking at it. Ended up setting up for a trap trader scenario within a triangle, which is the only reason, is the only case that I take longs in the middle of a triangle, is if it makes a trap trader case. So we had a failed breakdown here. On good volume too, and it got bought right back up, and I started looking at it right here. As soon as I saw this get bought back up again too, I mean, just good volume here, I decided to go for it. It took forever. I mean, got to 71, drifted sideways, ended up holding this trend line up a little bit, but finally got a break, and once we got that break, just took off really. I was seriously impressed that it got all the way to 74 up here. 40, 45, and 55 were huge daily resistance points, so I decided to get all out in front of that. Because we were getting so overextended here, I mean just straight vertical, that I feared that this was going to happen to me sooner rather than after it drifted up a little bit more. Ended up being a really nice trade. I did not get as big as I wanted to on it, though. I only ended up risking like 30 bucks on the trade here. So it was a little upsetting, but I don't know, just the way it is, I guess. I mean, I had my chances to add here. I keep thinking that on these breakouts, on these like really nice breakouts that we get, that we're going to come back and we're going to pull back and then we're going to consolidate and hold for a few minutes. When I just need to just look at levels, I need to put the limit order in, and I just need to let it go. I need to start placing those limit orders where I think we should be bouncing from. And I mean, 70 was the obvious level. I mean, it only ticked like 3 pennies underneath it here and started blasting off. The chance was there. I didn't go for it. Should have gone for it. Netflix. It's also pretty annoying. Took forever. Tons of triangle redraws. I'm not even going to try and get into that, but big daily level was this 351.50-ish. So Netflix, right about here. Just a previous pivot point from yesterday. Pre-market highs-ish. Was just looking for some failure around here because it just had this big sell-off, came back up, kind of like a trap trader situation here. I almost got stopped out. I was, I think I was like 5 cents from getting stopped out here. I ended up coming back down, just went sideways for forever. I mean, I knew that it was weak because every time the SPY would pop up, Netflix would just kind of drift sideways here or something. And then as soon as the SPY would turn a little bit more bearish, we'd get a big flush and we'd start dropping a little bit, but we just couldn't. We just couldn't break. I was waiting for 150, and we just could never do it, so I ended up cutting it, taking a pretty small win on it. Ended up being a really nice short squeeze. You can only fail to go down so many times before something's going to happen, and I mean, this is a case of shorts getting squeezed here, and then longs getting in, and more shorts getting squeezed out. I mean, it's just a really solid move there. I don't know how I could have caught that one. Nvidia trade was actually at a really nice location. Yesterday's close, plus this is another big daily level. It's just right at about 157, just underneath it. So just a previous pivot point here, and you see a couple of tests here. Kind of failed this candle here, dropped it here. So it wasn't a huge level, but it was enough for me to get off on, or get in on, just based on the fact that it was right on top of the previous day close. So I took a little bit here, added some more, ended up dipping underneath. I think, again, this is why one of my goals is always draw trend lines, because if I had noticed that this was here, this is a perfect opportunity to look for a trap trader situation. We just get this mini little flush down here, and gets bought right back up. I mean, there are 2 super solid reasons that I should be adding here. I think the SPY was throwing me off a little bit, though. I think, what time is that? 11:52. So SPY was coming down pretty hard here. So, you know, the SPY threw me off for sure. Really put me off on adding on that, but either way it worked out. And then you just saw me get out of the SPY trade. Starting to curl a little bit higher here. Might want to go higher again. If anybody out there is still trading, the 2 people watching right now, I'd be looking for longs at the moment. So that's going to be it for me on the day. Finishing green. I think today was an awesome day. It really was. I felt like I was seeing things fine. You know, things might not work out the way that I want them to, but I feel like I took good trades. I did not get as big as I should have gotten in some of these trades, that's for sure. I think adding was an issue today. But I waited for the right trades. I took the right trades. I took the smart trades. I didn't take any dumb trades besides the one Nvidia. It is what it is. I'm slowly working my way back to increasing my size again. I'm starting $50 or less risk right now. I think today was a good case point to start moving up again, but still not enough. I'm just going to stick for the rest of this week, just this 50 bucks here, as I kind of sort myself back and get my moving situation situated. So that'll be it for now. I'll be back again tomorrow. If you guys got any questions or anything, I'll hang around here for a little bit while I do some stat work. But if not, if you guys don't want to talk about anything, then I'll just head on out. So I'll give it a little bit of time here. Alright, if you got nothing, I got nothing. I am out of here. Have a good one.